Proxmox Virtual Environment installation on Protectli. So here you can see this is Protectli. So there are multiple options, of course. One method is PXE where Protectli has provided PXE on internet. I will be choosing the OS selection and utilities. So it depends on your internet bandwidth, of course. Now you can see here there are multiple options here. I'll be going with the Linux network install. Linux network install will give you variety of options, of course. Proxmox is one of the choice. I load the Proxmox, and here you can see Proxmox VE 8.2.2 is available here. Of course, latest version is 8.3.0. You want to install from here, or you want to use the bootable USB disk. But to give you that flexibility, we can directly download and install here, and then we can go ahead and start updating it with once it is completely downloaded. So if your internet bandwidth is good, of course you can directly download it. You can see here right now I'm downloading it, but alternatively you can of course go with the installation media. You can download it by yourself. So we'll be going to Proxmox Virtual Environment, and you can click here downloads, and Proxmox Virtual Environment 8.3.0 ISO is available here. If you're downloading from Protectli, you can see here that it is 8.2.0. So whether you want to download and then upgrade it to 8.3.1, or you can directly download 8.3.1 from the Proxmox website. Once it is downloaded, then you can start installing on Protectli. Which Protectli you should go for? V1610, which I have chosen because it has multiple network cards. This can be used for multiple purposes, of course, whether you want to have the virtual machines, containers, storage, as well as firewall, all in one single unit. So this can be my travel companion also. I will be having the Proxmox virtual environment installed into this. I can have the TrueNAS also installed, and here 2 terabyte storage is of course already there, and this can also be used as the firewall and even as a switch also. You can see here 6 ports are there. It gives me flexibility where I can do the maximum utilization of this particular device. One can be used as WAN, another can be used as my LAN. So multiple options are of course available there. The moment you download, it will of course download the ISO image, which is 1.3 GB, right? And I already have USB disk which is empty right now, so I can use this particular disk to be used as an installation media. We will be installing Balena Etcher, which will help us to flash the OS image to SD card or USB drives and so on. So here is Balena Etcher. I will use flash from a file, and here you can see Proxmox VE 8.3, and I'll choose the target disk, SanDisk drive. So I will select this. Everything on this particular disk will be wiped. So I will start this. Flash is completed. Now it will be verifying it. All right, so it has finished here. You can see that flash is completed. So here is the USB flash disk, and I will be simply inserting it to Protectli here. And now we will be going back. So let me press Del, and you will enter into the setup here. Boot maintenance manager. So boot options. So I will be going to change boot order. SanDisk plus and minus is to bring on top. So now SanDisk is on top. Press enter. Here you can see now it has taken the boot order. So I will be just pressing F10 and save the changes. So all the instructions are of course available here down. F10 to save, and yes to enter, and escape to exit, 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 and continue. It will automatically boot from SanDisk, and the Proxmox installer will load. So let us wait for it. So you can even continue by pressing enter. So it will directly boot from the installation media. You can see here, and I will change the screen size again so that you can see it clearly. All right, so here you can see it has detected the network also. So it will load the Proxmox installer. Next, so it shows me the target disk MMC BLK0. By default, you cannot of course install in MMC. Proxmox recommends to use the enterprise grade storage. By default, this particular partition is blocked for the installation, and there is workaround of course, but that is not recommended. I will never recommend you to go for it if you are using this for the production environment. When you are using this for production environment, you must go with the recommended storage option. That is the reason you can see here down I have added 2 terabyte of the storage, and I'll be also using this for the backups and all of that. So from the main Homelab production server, I'll be doing some backups here, some configuration backups will be done here. Of course, if you're using PFSense or OPNSense, you can directly install it on the eMMC, and if you are using even this for TrueNAS, you can also install it for that. But I will be going for the virtualization platform, so I will be going totally with the Proxmox on this, though it will be consuming more resources, but I will be managing in a way that I will take the benefit of the OPNSense also, and then I'll be taking the benefit of other network solutions as well. So I'll be going with the M2 SSD, which is 2 terabyte of the storage. I'll be utilizing complete 2 terabyte of storage, and then I'll click next. Here the country, password for your Proxmox, and then I'll be entering my email. So installation process is same as we have been doing for all. So it will be protectli.syncprix.com, because I'll be using this with the hardware name so that I can identify it easily. Others are PSB1, PSB2, PSB3, which are on the Proxmox cluster, but this will not be in cluster. This will be a standalone installation. IP address 10.11.12.104. This will be with one network interface card, and I'll be mainly using this when I'm using this at my home. Otherwise, when I go out, when I take this out, so I will be having my own IP configuration. So I'll be going next. The summary of the configuration that I'll be using for, so management interface is EN0, where I have already configured this, and then automatic reboot after installation. I'll be choosing yes here, and I'll be simply going next now. It has started doing the installation, so it will take time. So the moment the installation is completed, I'll come back to you and I'll show you how we'll do the configuration of all these network ports. Let us continue the installation and then I'll come back to you. All right, so installation is completed now. You can see here that it has started rebooting now, and the boot is extremely fast. Here you can see IP address, it shows 10.11.12.104:8006. So here you can see on this particular device now, this is my Proxmox with one cable connected. This is now management IP, of course, so I'll be using this for management IP, and later I'll be connecting this particular cable and I'll show you that. Let me now go back to the main screen here. So the IP address was 10.11.12.104:8006. Here you go, with user ID and password. Here it shows me Protectli, and let me first of all see the summary of this. So here you can see the 4-core CPU, 16 GB RAM, 1.23 GB is used, and then of course 1.76 TB. Now this can be used for various purposes. And if I go back here to Protectli, and here I can store the ISO images and container templates, and here I can add container volumes and virtual machine disks. And if you see the storage here, it is 1.84 terabytes, and here this is 100 GB. 100 GB is of course enough for the container templates and ISO images, even for the backups. Now what we are going to do here, I will be just simply taking you to the network now. So in Protectli, if I go to network, you will see here these are network interfaces. So we had 6 network interfaces which we can use for various purposes. We'll be configuring this for the network, and first we'll be installing the OPNSense. So in the next video, we will do the installation of OPNSense on this Protectli. So let us continue to next video now.